Alright, today we're going to carve a couple of folk art figures. And they're going to be carved out of a block of wood. So, those of you that don't have bandsaws, get someone to cut you a block of wood. Now, this block is 6 inches. 6 inches. Well, actually, it's 5 3/4. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 5 3/4 by 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay? That's 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 5 3/4. Alright? And that's going to be our figure that we're going to carve. Now, we're going to do this a little bit different, where we are going to carve, and what's this going to be? This is going to be an Indian couple, a folk art Indian couple, and we are going to carve using the in other words, usually when we carve from this section. We carve by using the front, but we're going to use the edge of our wood to work the faces and all that stuff. And I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. Where now, this is a block of wood, 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 5 3/4. Okay. Now the first thing that we want to do, because we're going to use this edge here, I'm just going to put a little X, put a little mark on that is the edge that we're going to use for the front. In other words, instead of carving from this way as the front, we're going to carve from this way, okay, of the block of wood. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and round our top a little bit. I want to go ahead and what we're going to do is we're going to, the edges, all the edges on this thing are going to be brought down except this edge here. That's what I was trying to kind of relay to you. See, the front of the carving will be actually from the side right here. We're going to bring all this down here so that we can use this as the front of the carving. And I'll kind of explain that to you, why we're doing that. Now, I could have done it from the front, but I mean, it's much easier to have more room for the face. And this is not a this is not a detailed carving, a real detailed carving. This is more of a folk art piece. I had seen this piece done, not done, but I had seen some of these in a home, and they were rather crude, but I liked them. I liked them. Something different. They were carved rather crude, excuse me. And that's, so you see what we're doing? We're taking off this area here as the folk art piece, because there's a lot of roundness to these figures. The weather has been beautiful down here in Texas, folks. It has just been beautiful. I know the people up north are fixing to catch another little problem, and I'm not bragging, okay? I'm just very thankful to the good Lord that He has given us a nice weather. So I am continuing the rounding process, or I don't like to say rounding process, I like to say shaping process, okay? Because it's really not rounding, it's shaping process of our figures. Now let's stop. Let's look at it for a minute. Okay? Now I'm going to take this knife and just beep around that, just hit that just a little bit up in there, okay? But it is beautiful, and I thank the Lord Jesus so much for a wonderful day. We've had some rough days, and we've had some rough times with our refinery out there because of the problems. All right, let's look at our piece now. We're almost going to get to the point where we are shaping it where it's going to be getting all the edges off of it. Now, you should have something sort of similar to this. I don't think we've ever carved a piece where we sort of use the edge. We've always carved it from the front, or the square type deal, where this is we're gonna use the edge here. Okay, see that? Okay, now let me. You know what? Yeah, I got it here. I'm sorry. Now, shape this up in here. Okay, and let me come just a little bit in here. Bring that down like that. Okay, now what we are going to do is, where's my ruler? We're going to come up a little bit. Let's come up about, let's say 1 inch. Let's see if 1.5 inches is too high. Nah, that's not quite 1.5 inches. Let me just come up about 1 inch and 3/8. Okay. Come up 1 inch and 3/8. And we'll come over here and do the same thing. It's 1/4, 3/8. Don't have to be perfect. Okay. And I'm going to go all the way around with this. Alright, see that? Went all about 1 3/8 inches up from here. That's where our legs and our... and what we're going to do, we're going to remove some wood. Is that high enough? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I could have went up 1.5 inches, but I didn't do it. That's no problem. Okay, so all the way around we're going to, and of course this is where the bottom of the blanket he is wearing will come. And once we get that kind of separated, then we can shape it. This is a good project because there's a lot of shaping to it. It's not a lot of detail. A lot of shaping, but not a lot of detail. All right. And this is the back. All right, see that? You're going to come up probably a inch and 3/8. Now, is that going to be enough? No, I want to come up 1.5 inches. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and, well, that is almost 1.5 inches. Okay, well, when I got through with it, so. Okay, that's good. Good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and find center here. Okay? About center of our piece right in here. Okay? That's from the back side. Oop. No, I'll get it later. About center piece right here. And let's go ahead and cut a piece in here. Go ahead and divide that for a minute. I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, now let's assess what we're doing. About 1.5 inches up here. And I'm starting to remove between the legs here, in other words. All right? Okay.